We are aware that schools already allow children with special needs to enroll. What is the reason behind that? Let us discuss the legal basis of special education here in the Philippines and to find out the reason behind this situation. I am Maria Eliza Cassandra Molato, and I will be discussing the laws of special education. Before moving on to the different legal basis of the special education here in the Philippines, let us first define what is inside this law, particularly the Republic Act, which I know you are familiar with. According to the definition, Republic Act is a piece of legislation used to create policy in order to carry out the principles of the Constitution. It is crafted and passed by the Congress of the Philippines. It can only be repealed by a similar act of Congress. And from this definition, we can say that every law that is passed is also found with importance. And that is the reason why these laws, particularly in the field of special education, was passed, because it was also given importance and is given attention by our government. Now let us proceed to the different legal basis of our special education here in the Philippines. This is the very first Republic Act that I will introduce to you. This is the recent one, which is passed last 2022 under the presidency of Mr. Roa Duterte. It is the Republic Act 11650, an act instituting a policy of inclusion and services for learners with disabilities in support of inclusive education, establishing inclusive learning resource centers of learners with disabilities in all schools, districts, municipalities, and cities, providing for standards, appropriating funds therefore, and for other purposes. And from this act, we can say that our children with special needs were given enough privilege by our government. They were given an attention, and that they are equally important as other students or other children that we have here in the community to be given opportunity like this. And to follow, we also have here the Republic Act number 3562, and this was enacted to declare permanent government commitment to the training of SPED. This was passed last 1962, and this focuses more to the promotion of the education of the blind. We have here the Republic Act 5250, which was passed last 1966. This is about provided a 10-year teacher education program in special education for the teaching of the gifted, mentally retarded, and those with behavior problems. Only 2 schools offer undergraduate in SPED, which is the UP-COED and the CEU. We also have here the Republic Act number 7277, otherwise known as the Magna Carta for Disabled Person. This act actually aims for equality between persons with disability and also to other people according to its right. So this act aims to have the same right, the same privileges, despite having these special needs. We also have here the Republic Act number 9288, and this was all about, or otherwise known as the Newborn Screening Act of 2004. This illustrates a procedure to detect a genetic and metabolic disorder in newborns that may lead to mental retardation and even death if left untreated. So this law is actually one of the necessary to do as a newborn care routine mandated by the law here in the Philippines. We also have the Republic Act number 7610, which is about an act that provides special protection to our children in the community here in the Philippines from all forms of abuse, neglect, cruelty, exploitation, and discrimination, also other conditions that we can encounter here in the Philippines regarding our children. And the last to be tackled for this topic is the 1987 Philippine Constitution. So this preamble actually states the kind of state we have, which is the democratic and republican state. And of course, this talks about independence and democracy, which is our aim, and that includes the law and regime of truth, justice, freedom, love, equality, and peace, which we can relate to the special education that we are talking about. And from that, we have learned that special education aims that to have equality between the person with disability or person with special needs to our normal people, the same right, the same privileges, and the same opportunities. And from there, with the preamble, we can also notice the prime duty of the government is to serve and protect the people. And from the citation of the Republic Act a while ago, we can say that our government has given importance to this kind of issue in our community, which is the people with special needs. They have given attention to it. They have seen or given importance to these people, and thus they have created or they have approved this kind of republic acts for our person with disability or with special need. And from that, since they are given importance, we can say that they have hope to give success also to our nation.